So I'll just continue. So last time, Dan walked us through the steps of bringing your mental self back home, focusing on breathing, focusing on bodily movements, focusing on those 3 stages of meditation, or what we call mindful meditation, vipassana, or bringing your mental self back home. Now, today we're going to talk about a lot of different things, starting with the idea of inner peace. Now, a lot of people, especially with the whole planet going through so much right now, whether it's war, viruses, just a lot of stress, the new normal, so many things happening that's destroying a lot of peace and inner peace for people. So we're going to talk about this state of normality, or which Ajahn Supawan calls innocent perception, coined term, or what many call inner peace. Some people experienced it but don't know what it is, don't understand the feeling. So Ajahn, can you talk about this important asset to so many people, inner peace? How do you know you have inner peace? And how do people know that they're feeling inner peace? How did you find your inner peace?
Okay, yeah. Hello, Roslyn. Thank you very much for having me back. This question of yours really is a big question. People nowadays, their mind is all really scattering, go all over the place, with the problem that we are facing right now. Okay, so I like to represent people's mind with this picture that everyone, think this, and they all react to their thoughts, to their feelings, especially if you have one political leader, okay, well equipped with political power, all hell can break loose. Okay, and then the rest of the population, is gone all over the place. People in the world, when you are lack of the definite direction of life or guidance, you react to your thoughts, you react to your emotion, and we react to all the problems, all the challenges that happen in the world. And then we end up with fear, end up with lack of security, lack of confidence. Okay, and along with all other problems from stress, worry, anxiety, breakdown, depression, all the things that we know. So I'd like you to identify that all those kind of emotion is all come down to the lack of definite direction of life. Okay, and in opposed to this one, and everyone like to make their life, happier or more at peace, like your question. More at peace, happier. And to make your life a bit more happier or at peace, you really got to have a definite goal. And what is this definite goal? So this is something I like you to bear in mind, that this goal I have found myself during student year, okay, at 19 years old, when I faced with a lot of political challenge and fell into the state of depression. And that was my journey. My searching started until
dark night of the soul.
Yeah, exactly. And then I can say that I have found that inner peace. So that inner peace later on, I connect, make me happier anyway. And then later on, when my wisdom become more and more mature, I could connect with all these big words. The big word that the Buddha called nirvana, God believer, you call Tao, God, or Tao, Lao Tzu, okay, or the tree of life. And this is my terminology that I have invented, trying to help people to understand what exactly is that goal that people are long for and want to search for. And some of you, like you said, they already found that goal, but they don't know what it is because they cannot connect with all these big words. So this is my role, that I try to make it clear for you. So this word terminology, okay, the innocent perception is my very own invention, that I try to make it easy and accessible for people. Okay, so so please don't be too put off, by all these words, because some of you might not be religious people. Some of you might be atheists or anything. So this terminology is very good for you, the innocent perception, which
also source.
That's it. Oh, yeah, that's it. Another word is source. Another word is source, S-O-U-R-C-E, source. But altogether, I like you to also know that it can make you happier, Okay, so this is the goal that people can aim for. If you want to really find the true meaning of life, if you really want a really peaceful way of life, okay, this is the goal that you really got to aim for. And this goal, it got to start with a journey. The journey that I talked about last week. Basically, we are here at position A. So position A is this lack of direction of life. Your mind is just all over the place. You just don't know whether you're coming or going. And then you face with challenge every day. And then you face with stress, worry, anxiety, all these things on a daily basis. So this is the lack of direction, which we are here at position A. And then from my experience that I had in the past over 40 years, I know exactly that this is the goal that everyone on earth wants. They all want to achieve, they all want to attain, but they don't know that this is the goal that they want. So basically, you just want your peace, your calm, your mental stability, or basically in control of your mind. In control of your mind. You remember this bottle that I showed you last week? So you got your physical body, you got your body, your mind is your your thoughts and feelings, and then you also got your consciousness or your soul, your spirit, which I call your mental self. Okay, so the state of lack of direction, all over the place, whether you don't know whether you're coming or going, is this kind of state of mind. This kind of state of mind. Okay,
it's a storm.
Yeah, position A. So basically, the Buddha guidance will lead us to position B, which I already connect for you, that this is the third noble truth, the end of mental suffering, not physical suffering, the end of mental suffering. Okay, so that you can be in control of your mind. So if you find yourself all over the place, it got to come back to this really basic body of knowledge about engaging in a journey. So my role is just trying to give you this definite goal of life. And this definite goal of life is nothing more than helping you to gain your inner peace, to gain your mental stability, to be in control of your mind. Okay, so you have a journey to engage. And this journey from A to B, from something like this to be really in control, you got to start with this picture that I have shown you last time as well. You got to start with the practice that is called vipassana, mindfulness meditation, or bring your mental self back home, which I have guided you last time. Okay, use your mental eye to know your breathing, to know your movement, to know your physical sensation. So this is the practice that everyone must do so that they can find their inner peace, And this inner peace is a very definite direction, is a very definite goal that can make your daily life become fulfilled. So every morning that you get up, you know exactly what to do. And then the meaning of life is hidden in here, in this practice that I call the mental space. Okay, the mental space is your inner peace, really. You will slowly gain your wisdom by having this definite experience of inner peace. But this inner peace, you cannot just really understand just through reading a book alone. It won't work, no matter how good that book is. Okay, no matter how good it is, it can only help you reach a certain level of understanding. But that is not the real knowledge yet. It's not the real knowledge yet. The real knowledge got to happen inside. As
above, so below.
Yeah. As within, so without. Okay. As above, so below. Okay. So it means that if you really want to know the true meaning of life, you really got to understand how your jerry works. Remember that I showed you this picture last time, how your jerry works. You know, we got the body, we got the mind, which is Jerry, and then we got the spirit, soul, your consciousness, which is your real self. It's your real self. And then people are being bombarded by Jerry all the time. So this is my Jerry. Remember this, my Jerry. We start with black Jerry first. In fact, there are four types of Jerry. And this is our inner self, our true self. And then our true self is being bombarded, you know, by Jerry, by thinking about all this challenging issue every day, being bombarded by Jerry like this every day, until your mind is all over the place. Until your mind is all over the place, or like this, boom, 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 boom. Okay. So this practice, bring your mental self back home, or vipassana, or mindfulness meditation, whatever label that you want to call, is something, it's a tool that can discard of Jerry, purge Jerry, kick Jerry out of your house, and make you become really free from Jerry. Because as I say, every problem comes with your thoughts and feelings. Every problem comes with Jerry. So this is the really source of how to solve all the problems that we have, humanity have really. Just get rid of it from source. That is, get rid of Jerry. And then once you get rid of Jerry, you'll be able to find that inner peace, and find that inner peace. And that inner peace is connect with all these big words. If you are not religious people, don't worry. You can stick with this word or stick with the term source. Yeah, but all these words is just trying to accommodate of different religious belief. Whether you're Buddhist, you're God believer, you're non-believer, it doesn't matter, because they all lead to the same state of mind. Lead to the same state of mind, and this state of mind that you're leading you to, it makes you basically make you happier, make you more at peace, make you more at peace. But if you read books, you'll be separated. You know, everyone will be all separated by their religious belief. Can you see that? Can you see that?
Yes.
Okay. And then you will be fighting over the different religious belief between the God believer and the non-God believer, you know, and then come to my God is better than your God, you know, my religion better than your religion. And this will be no ending to it. Okay, we have the war from day one, you know, 2,000 years, the crusade, all these things. They're all fighting over, you know, my God is better than your God. So,
Yes.
so we're going to try to get rid of that. Okay, so this terminology, the innocent perception, is such a good solution. Or just know that it will make me happier. That's enough. And then every morning you'll be able to get up with a really clear, definite goal of life, that my goal today is just make me happy, make me in control of my mind. So every step of your life will be connecting with this practice. You will develop your practice to be mindful at every step of the way. Even though you are doing your chore, doing your task, you know, walking, whatever, in every posture of your life, you'll be trained to. This is what I train my students to do. Okay, especially if you're more advanced student, you'll be able to be mindful at every step of the way. Okay, so I think last week I taught you, I only just focus on the two foundations. There are four foundations of mindfulness, and I talk about the two foundations, you know, last time. But the more advanced one, the third foundation of mindfulness, is helping you to be more aware of your own thought, to be more aware of your Jerry. And then once you practice up to that level that you're aware of your Jerry, you would be able to detect that Jerry is coming to take you over. And you, or your Tom, mental self, or your Tom, okay, would be able to discard Jerry at will, on demand, okay? Once you can discard Jerry at will leave behind your inner peace, and this inner peace will just see you through your life, see you through your daily life in a very steady manner, Okay, you be in control, you be cool, you keep your cool, you keep your calm, you have more patience, you know, you're more understanding, you're more loving, kindness, all these things, it will come as a whole set, as a whole set. And all this quality, it won't happen just reading a good book alone. It won't happen because book, all those words is a type of jerry. It comes and go, you know, subject to change. And then it won't help you to stand up for your challenge, especially the really tough challenge that you got to face. It won't stand up for that, just word alone. But your actual experience of your inner peace through the practice like this, okay, that is the real knowledge. The real knowledge is within, you know, as above, so below, as within, so without. Okay, as within, so without, it means that when you can understand your how Jerry work, and that you are really in control of Jerry and can push Jerry at will like this. Okay, your wisdom is phenomenal. Okay, and then come with it is more intuitive knowledge, more intuitive wisdom. And that is the part that allow you to really understand people, because you understand your own Jerry, and everyone, you know, that within is all made up of Jerry. So this will help you to understand others. Once you understand others, it gives you more patience. It gives you more patience to deal with people. Yeah, and this is how it works. So the character of people who engage in the vipassana practice, like monks, you know, like the people who, you know, stick with the practice for a long time, they're able to keep their cool, keep their calm, their patience, they're caring, they're more loving, you know, more compassionate. It's all come together with the real knowledge inside. And this knowledge inside, okay, cannot come just reading a good book alone. So this is the part that I really want to emphasize, So if you really want to change your life, you know, from something like this all over the place, don't know whether you're coming or going, to become something like this, you've got to set a very clear goal. And that clear goal is that that's it. I'm going to make my life happier today. I'm going to be in control of my life today. Okay. And that you got to invest. And that investment is the practice. And that practice is bring your mental self back home. Okay. So my course is trying to find a different technique for people to be able to bring their mental self back home all the time. So this kind of investment is really worth your while. So the more you do, the more skillful you become. Okay, the more skillful you become, and then the more that you are able to be in control of your mind, the easier that you can purge Jerry at will. Because a lot of thoughts and feeling, we don't want it. It's just too awful, too painful. And everyone wants to purge Jerry at will, but they don't know how to do. That's why they grab something that is, you know, in their reach, like alcohol, like drugs, like entertainment, or watching Netflix, you know, doing playing game, you know, go out for a drink, let's go shopping, go all these things. It's just
temporary recreation.
Yeah, it's just their way of trying to take away the Jerry, because they don't want to remember all this Jerry. They don't want to live with all this Jerry. It's too painful. So they kind of buried it.
Escape reality. Yes.
Still, I have my pink Jerry for you today. I have shown you a lot of, you know, dark Jerry. So basically, pink Jerry is your diversion from the pain. It's your diversion from the pain. You don't want the pain. So you look for entertainment, you know. So it's just another cell that you live in. But this cell, it just give you the pink Jerry. Pink Jerry give you this really nice feeling, but it can help you to forget for a bit. it's not long lasting. It's not eternal. It's not eternal. You know, in opposed to the innocent perception of the inner peace, this state of mind that I show you, okay, this state of mind, okay, this goal that I show you, okay, is have nothing to do with Jerry, got nothing to do with Jerry. Absolutely no. Okay, it's a really clear, you know, full of wisdom. And from this state of mind that make you happier, okay, at peace, you will grow to have more the concept of love. What is the meaning of love? Love, it means acceptance and understanding. Understanding first and then acceptance. Okay, accept that person as they are. And how can you do this? How can you accept? Because you understand. And where the understanding come from? The understanding come from this practice, which allow you to understand your own Jerry more. So once you understand your own Jerry, you understand other people's Jerry, which allow you to accept that person, allow you to love that person, and not to get, you know, annoyed or get angry too easily. Can you see that? So it's all connected. Okay. So altogether, it's got to come back to the practice, not just reading a good book alone. No. Okay.
You got to tune in order to tune out those Jerrys.
Yeah.
And instead,
As
a lot of this takes practice, as above, so below, as within, so without. So like you said, it takes conditioning because there's so much distraction, like the pink Jerrys.
And the difficult part. So much distraction. That's why meditation is about trying to discipline yourself. Discipline yourself is very important. This is the very first few steps that you must do. Discipline yourself. You know, set yourself a rule, a goal that you must do. Keep on doing it until you become more advanced. Okay, it's very much like driving a car. The first lesson of driving lesson, I still remember, and I think everyone is so good, you know, because the speed, you know, past my car. Oh gosh, they're so clever. They can drive, you know. Where me just stole the car so many times like that. But if you keep on driving after that first few driving lesson, you keep on driving. You cannot stole the car all the time. You know, a year gone, 5 years gone, you become a veteran. Okay, you become an expert in driving. Yeah, you know, so this work exactly the same as driving, riding a bicycle, you know, swimming, playing a piano is a skill. Meditation is a skill. A skill is mean that you can start from scratch and then work your way up. Work your way by keep on practicing until you become skillful. So come to meditation, if you become skillful, it becomes your natural. And that natural is that you will be able to purge Jerry at will. It may take a long time. Okay, it took me over 40 years to be able to come to this point. Okay, it won't just come overnight. But the main key feature is that keep up with your practice and you will get there. But if you don't practice, it's just like one lesson of swimming and you expect to join the Olympic. No, no way. No. Okay. Yeah.
Yes. Thank you, Etan. So it's very important, like you mentioned, because reaching that state of inner peace involves practice, involves discipline, and it involves getting to know your inner state and being comfortable tuning in to your inner perceptions of being immersed in the present, right, Katsan? So how you feel, all of the senses, sensations, all of the movements, thoughts, even just being in tune with all of that and being able to filter through all of that. So it's like getting to navigate your own inner universe in order to find that state of peace. And
that's very good. Yeah. Navigate your own inner universe, because the inner universe is more complex, isn't it? It's much more complex than the outside universe, because this external universe is the making of our inner universe. Everything that we think, we can manifest that, materialize a thought into an object. You see, all this activity that we experience in the world is the product of our own thoughts, our own inner universe. So therefore, our own inner universe is so complex and have a lot to learn. And without the guidance, the proper guidance, I think it's very difficult. It's very difficult to begin this journey. I'm the lucky one that, you know, I was born in Thailand, the Buddhist country. So every time that you got problem, you know, in here, you walk into the temple, you ask the Buddha for help. And I did exactly like that. I did exactly that. I walk into the temple when I had that depression. I just don't know where to turn to. So I walk into Wat Phra Kaew, you know, the Emerald Buddha temple by my university, Thammasat University. And then I asked the Buddha, I told him that, confront with him. I said that, I know that, you know, your teaching is very good and you can help me to get rid of my pain, my mental pain. But to be honest, I don't know how to get through to your word. I can't understand your word, even though I know it's good. But your word, it haven't lived, you know, this block of pain yet. And I said, please help me get through this. I really want to shift this block of pain from the student uprising, and then we were killed. Students were killed by the government a lot. So that pain. So anyway, that asking was, I didn't know, I didn't realize, I thought that's just a simple talk, you know, to just release my my frustration. But it actually, when I look back, it's actually started my spiritual journey. Spiritual journey, and then allow me to find this in the end. So before that, I was all over the place like this. I was absolutely all over the place. Don't know whether I was, you know, coming or going. So much pain, frustration, confusion, this and that. And then once I talked to the Buddha, and then I start reading more Dharma book and all these things, and then found the teacher. And then in the end, I found this. And then my life got the purpose up to today. Okay, everything that I do, it has a very clear and definite purpose. So I get to the point that I can really share my knowledge, you know, to the wider audience, to my students, and help them to get to the innocent perception. It doesn't matter. These are only label, whatever label that you want to call, it doesn't matter. Okay, in the end, it's the state of mind that will make you at peace or happier. That's simple.
Oh, that's so profound. I love that. Thank you, Ajahn.
You're welcome.
So you're saying transcending, in conclusion, it's important to transcend barriers of language, of words, of things, and opt for something more universal, which is what we just talked about, tuning into our own states of being and our own feelings and sensations. And that is universal, more so than what you
that is
read.
Universal. This state of mind, once you get to that, is beyond language. Okay, language is problematic because people fight over language, fight over label. Really, they fight over label. So it is only right that all these big words got to have nothing do with language. Nothing to do with language. But at the same time, we need language to converse, okay, to deliver knowledge. We do need it. But in itself, it is problematic that make people, you know, separate. You're this and I'm this, you know. But in the end, it's always one is all, universal. Okay, it doesn't matter who you are. Once you get to this experience of inner peace, you know, we all one. Okay, and there is no fragmentation, no separation. So it's very important that people got to get this message that you cannot get to that this goal just reading book alone. I got to keep on emphasize this. Okay,
you have to experience it, and you can experience it just from reading a book. Yes. Thank you, Ajahn.